in this video we will where we left off in the previous video, seeding data with creating categories. Then we will continue with seeding data with creating products. Stay tuned. Let me just do this. Fantastic. And we have seeded data into the database, and if we could, we don't get much out of it than this one, right? So database, we probably seeded a lot of stuff into the database, but this one proves that we've done it. Let's go into product, go into product payment, product. Here we go. Let's do a quick refresh, and let's do schema, and then let's do tables. And let me just go into let me just get a table, get all the data, and you can see quite a lot of stuff happen here. There's duplicates, so I guess what I have to do is do some more work on the back end, but we've got the data in there, and that's enough for us, right? So that if you are duplicates, maybe there's we should validate it in the backend and make sure that if something exists, then we can create it again. And you have to use maybe the name, something to do with, in order to make sure that maybe a category name, we can use a category name and say if a category name exists, we cannot create it again, right? This is a category. If a category name exists, then we cannot create it again, because right now it's duplicates. That's fine. In the meantime, let's go back to where we were, and we've done that. So we're going to do exactly the same thing for products, and then I'm going to come back and just run it, right? Just want to say that sometimes once you've done the hard work and you've done everything, whenever you need to do similar stuff, you just make a copy and just make sure that you are changing stuff, yeah, because you don't want a situation where you know, like you duplicate stuff. So we already have product here, and I've checked it, it seems fine. So we got product, we start off with the open brackets, right? And then we want products, and we got each one of the object inside the array, right? So we got an array of products, and then we got objects. Okay, so if we go back to product seeding, and then we yeah, obviously this is fine, and that's okay. And then we want products, yeah, product.json, get rid of the last bit so that we don't get into trouble. And then we want products, that's what we're gonna save it as, category, product ID, product data. So I'm gonna finish this off, and then you can see what I'm doing, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish it off, and then this is what I'm doing, right? Yes, I'm gonna finish this off because this will prolong the video. There's no need, because you've seen how it's done. I have already created this thing for creating a product, seeding data into the database, products data into the database. What I've done is just copy and paste what I already had written here for the category, right? So if something is wrong, we will know in a minute. But I've changed I've updated everything, and just scroll down so you know. So it's the same thing as we did before. I didn't want to prolong the video, so let's run this file and see what happens. Something is wrong, so it says error name. Of course, there is no property called name in when we create I think so. What property should we look for? I think we should look for, let's go into create product here. Can't remember it from the top of my head, but it should be as simple as what property should we call this one, or even product ID, but let's use this one, product name. Yeah. So the property we want is not name, we want product name. So let's put this one here, and anywhere else we need to do it. Where else do we need to do this? Okay, going through that one. I think we are okay. So let's try again. Seems, yeah, successfully done. What I actually wanted to do was to go into product and see how many stuff we already have in products, and I didn't. So we have actually created quite a bit of stuff here. See, quantity 10, and category 1, 2, 3, and 4. Product body. So because of the price are different, so I'm guessing that obviously is that data we've put through, which is basically this one. It's got different prices, 99, 800, 120, and all that stuff. So I believe we done what it's supposed to do. And even if I was to go to refresh, and it will still be the same. So we've created this product then with the quantities that we wanted to do, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 25, 10, 10. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we fully created one product today, have we? Okay, but no need to go into detail. So we've done it. We've done our data seeding, and we have successfully done it. You see how it's actually printing off the details there, which is good. So we've done it. We've created a data seeding for our database. So I think at some point then we will use this in some of our tests to make sure that we call this function probably within the create method before we actually call this function. So we will try and test that in another thing when. So once you restart the server, it's going to wipe out all the data. And in another video, I will do that where we call this function, within this function, and then we make sure that there's the data there before we actually get all the data, right? Not this function, but this one. So we will, before we make this thing, this request, we will see the data. Yeah, so we will call out the data, and then we will say, right, hey, give us a thing. But we do that in another test so that we know that there's no data in the database, and then when we call it, we are calling what we want it to call. So the next thing we're gonna look into is creating like going through it and creating scripts for the various basic tests, so for the backend. So we've got quite a few here. We've got payment, we've got order, we got checkout, and then we got we got cart, so those are the kind of tests that we want to, basic tests that we want to write. The higher level tests will be, if you use, let's say, Playwright or something like that, a higher level test will be a little bit more higher. And I think about what kind of test we can do higher. It's probably it's definitely the front end, definitely making calls to the back end. So having a separate backend API test is good, because you can make sure that the backend is not mess up, you know, before you look into the front end. And the front end will be quite a bit of work, because I haven't finished that work done. But once we've covered all the bases in the backend, we can keep on adding more if we come up with more ideas. But the end-to-end test will handle a lot more higher level tests. Yeah. Thank you for coming back to my channel. See you then.